Ashe, greetings, grand rising, a grand day, and peace and goodwill to you all once again, my fellow natural native earthly humans. Yes, you, the earth's organic humans and soulful humans, you, my fellow humans with soul, the world over. Yes, you don't know. I am yours truly, I, the mystic philosopher. And many thanks for stopping by and giving up your time to listen to another perspective with yours truly, I, the mystic philosopher. Welcome to this part 13 and the continuation of the great big black and white lie exposed. If by chance you have not yet watched part 1 to part 12 of this series, and hopefully in that consecutive order, I ask that you please do so before watching this part 13, or that you do so at your earliest convenience. By doing so, you will get much more out of this series. Now, for those of you who have been following this series thus far, you will have noticed, and no doubt came to the conclusion, that I, the mystic philosopher, have made it my personal mission to expose this lie, and by extension, expose these lies, and to have most of you, if not all of you, my people, and others to whom it may concern, come to the knowledge of the truth, to be enlightened to the destructive effects this lie, and by extension these lies, have had and are currently having on every aspect of our lives, and begin to redeem yourself from the curses of being ignorant to this lie, and by extension to be ignorant to these lies. Yes, the big black and white, the great big black and white lies. For as it has been written thousands of years ago, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and my people perish for lack of knowledge. And as it is my custom, let me remind you of my main objectives, meaning the goals that I hope to have achieved by the end of this series, and the messages and facts that I intend to successfully convey to you all, my very patient, very astute, and tolerant truth seekers, watchers, and listeners. And my objectives are as follows. They are 8, and they are as follows. Number 1 is to show and prove to you all, my fellow highly melanin and highly carbon skin complexion natural native earthly humans, why we should not and why we must not call ourselves black. Number 2 is to show and prove to you why we should not and why we must not pronounce upon ourselves black, or allow others to pronounce upon us the word black. Number 3, why we should not and why we must not identify with the word black, answer to the word black, or allow others to call, label, list, identify, name, and bestow on us black. A black people, a black community, a black business, a black nation, a black country, a black race of people, etc., etc., etc. Number 4, and by the same token, it is to show and prove to you why we should not and why we must not call, label, list, identify, name, and bestow on Caucasians, or anyone or any other melanin deficient or melanin carbon deficient race of people, for that matter, the word white. And number 5 is to show and prove to you that the English word black, or more correctly, the English word black, is a curse word. Yes, I like to use the Jamaican style. It's a curse word. It is a word that brings bad luck. We're going to show you and give you evidence and facts as we continue this presentation. Yes, it is a word that brings bad luck, a bad omen. It brings subjugation, humiliation, mental and physical enslavement, and misfortune, and much, much more upon all those whom it has been called, cast, and broadcast, recast, and rebroadcast, you name it. Number 6 is to show and prove to you that the earth and her inhabitants, or Mother Earth and all her inhabitants, her natural inhabitants, are under the spell and the curse of blackness. Number 7 is to show and prove to you that the Caucasoid imperialists and colonizers own dictionaries, namely the English dictionaries, that the people that have called, named, labeled, and listed themselves as white people, and are calling, naming, labeling, and listing themselves white, are not at all white. It is to show and prove that nothing about them is at all white. In fact, it is to also show and prove that if or when most things, if not all things, are intelligently, honestly, sincerely, meticulously, and seriously considered, most of them, if not all of them, most of them, if not all of them, are black. That they are the real and true black ones, the real black people, and thus, and in accordance to their own English dictionaries' meaning and definition of the word black, coupled with their works, coupled with their actions, their history, and their track record, most of them, if not all of them, are the ones that should and must be called, labeled, listed, and named black. I ask that you please stay tuned and please pay close attention to this point as I delve deeper and deeper into this topic and into this series. And it is also to show and to prove that not all the people that are called, labeled, listed, and named black are indeed black. We will talk about that. Stay tuned. And finally, number 8 for now is to show and prove to you that this our current existence upon this planet is a game. Yes, it is a game, and one in which we, highly melanin and highly carbon skin complexion people, are being played like pawns on a chessboard. It's a game that is heavily stacked. It's to prove to you that it's a game that is heavily stacked against us. And in order to change the game in our favor, to get some fair play in this game, we have to change the name and the word black and all its synonyms and euphemisms, I might add. Stay tuned. We're getting into it. We have only just begun. So let me now begin my commentary on meaning and definition of the word black. Black equal black meaning sullen as a black looks from the Winston Canadian dictionaries for school. Yes, I'm picking up from where I left off in the last segment. Black is equal to sullen. Black is synonymous with sullen. Black is sullen. And black and sullen can be used interchangeably, and they have and they are being used interchangeably. Black, sullen. Other than black, what does the word sullen mean and is defined as? Let's look into that. The word sullen, according to the said Winston Canadian Dictionary for Schools, and you can verify that right here online, means gloomy. Number 1, gloomy, unsociable, as a sullen disposition. Disposition, for your information, means a person's inherent qualities of mind and character. Number 2, black means, and sullen means dismal. And dismal also means depressing. Number 2a, sullen means lowering. Lowering means below in position, rank, status, or the like. Now, the Cambridge, look at another dictionary. The Cambridge Dictionary Online also defines sullen to mean angry. Sullen means angry and unwilling to smile or to be pleasant to people. Therefore, from this, the dictionary's meaning and definitions of the word black, meaning sullen, thus black equals sullen and sullen equal black. A black man or a black woman is a sullen man or a sullen woman. A black man or woman is a gloomy man or a gloomy woman. A black man or woman is an unsociable man or woman. Check it for yourself, people. A black man or woman is a man or woman of sullen disposition, meaning his or her inherent qualities of both mind and character are pretty much fixed in blackness and is unchangeable. A black man or woman is a dismal man or woman, meaning a black man or a woman is a depressing man or a depressing woman. A black man or a woman is lowering, meaning he or she is below standard and by extension lowering in position, rank, status, and the like. In other words, a black man or a black woman, by meaning and definition, is a subhuman. Please challenge me and prove me wrong, alright? For your information, if you are a natural native earthly human, if you are a earth's organic human, a human of the sun, a human with soul, a human identifiable by being highly enriched in melanin and highly enriched carbon skin complexion, like yours truly. Of course, there are others that are more highly enriched than I am. And one of honesty and integrity, a human that possessed and manifests the qualities of being honest, a human having strong moral principles, etc. If you are such a human, then to be called, named, labeled, listed, marked, identified, or be described, etc. as black or as sullen is definitely not a compliment, meaning it is not a polite expression or praise or appreciation, admiration, or respect. Now, please let me repeat this very important point so that it may hopefully resonate with most of you, if not all of you, and activate your awareness to the importance of what I have been saying and what I've just said. If you are a natural native earthly human, if you are a earth's organic human, a human of the sun, a human with soul, a human identifiable by being highly enriched in melanin and highly enriched carbon skin complexion, and one of honesty and integrity, a human that possessed and manifests the qualities of being honest, a human having strong moral principles, etc. If at all you're such a human, then to be called, named, labeled, listed, marked, or to be described, etc. as black or as sullen is definitely not a compliment, meaning it is not a polite expression of praise, appreciation, admiration, or respect. But it is rather an insult. It is rather disparaging. It is rather denigrating, or it's a denigration. It is a put down or a put. When I'm a Jamaican vernacular, it's a put down. Yes, it is a put down. It is a belittling. It is belittling. It is or to be belittled. It is a be lacking. Or to be more precise and direct, it is to cast a spell and pronounce a sullen and blackened curse on you. Now, if at all you are the above mentioned human, with one excuse, but not an exception. Anyone or anybody who knowingly call, name, label, list, mark, or describe you as black or sullen, for example, a black man, a black woman, or a sullen man or a sullen woman, etc., then now you know, and know that you know that they don't like you. Now you know and know that you know that they don't love you. Now you know and know that they know that they hate the hell out of you. They resent you. And that they hate and resent you, not just ordinary, but with a passion. Now you know, I know that you know, that as a result of their inherent hatred and resentment for you. They are insulting you. They are disparaging you. They are denigrating you. They are putting you down. They are humiliating you. They are belittling you. They are belacking you. Or to be more precise and direct, know that you know that they are casting a spell by pronouncing a sullen, aka a belacking and belacking curse on you. And the only excuse one might have is if he or she is completely ignorant of these facts and of the English, British sorcerers and trichology language, for which regrettably most of us are ignorant. And as a result, they don't know what they are saying, and nor do they know what they are doing. However, please let me remind you of this unchangeable fact. Regardless of who or what we are and our status in this reality, being ignorant of this or these facts and these principles do not spare us from the consequences of their violation. And to drive this point home, let me read you a quick quote from Wikipedia on ignorance of the law. And I quote, "Ignorance of the law is a legal principle that holds that a person who is unaware of a law may not escape liability for violating that law merely by being unaware of its content. It means that all citizens are required to know the law, and ignorance of the law is no excuse. Ignorance of the law refers to a lack of knowledge about the legal wrongfulness of an act, but it does not negate the intentional aspect required for certain crimes." Unquote. Now, from my perspective, this principle applies to both natural and spiritual laws as well. But I will be getting into that much more later. Stay tuned. Now, if or when any of you, my watchers, listeners, and followers, should come to the knowledge, understanding, and overstanding of what I have just said and have been saying, the facts, meaning the proven truths that I am hereby decoding and revealing to you from the imperialist colonizers and sorcerers language, and by extension today their ears and sorcerers, the ears and successors sorcerers language, yes, the British or the English language, then you would know, or at the very least you would begin to know, understand and overstand what you are actually saying and doing to yourselves, both mentally, spiritually, metaphysically, intellectually, psychologically, emotionally, you name it or you name them. When you are saying and repeating phrases such as, "I am a black man, I am a black woman, I am black and I am proud, I am a proud black man, I'm a proud black woman, I am proud to be black," etc., etc. But I will be revisiting these very important points in the future, in fact, the very near future, so stay tuned. In the interest of time, my dear beloved, this will be the end of this part 12. Yes, part 12. So please, is it part 12 or part 13? Yeah, please. So please stay tuned. Please stay tuned. There's much more provoking thoughts and revelations, insights and perspective to come. So please join me for the continuation. Yes, in part 30, there I will. I think I made an error here. I think this is This is part. Yeah, this is part 13. I said this is the end of part 12. This is actually the end of part 13. So please join me in part 14. Yeah, please understand too much. I will pick right up from where I leave off here. Again, let me say thanks for watching, thanks for listening. And if you believe that these presentations are worth sharing and might be able to provoke reasoning, right? In the meantime, please share. And in the meantime, between time in your becoming, I will let you be more and more and much, much more, and definitely not less. Let no one be less you, for I am the mystic philosopher. Ashe, 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 I say.